Life was a breeze for the young Jeje Coca, the eldest of 5 children. Her papa, Orlando Coca, was a successful seaman and a well-paid chief marine engineer, working as an overseas Filipino worker. The family was really very well provided for by Orlando, who would periodically come home after a few months at sea. The Cocas never had it so good. However, just like any other family, it had its share of challenges. Fe Coca and her father just could not settle their differences and unfortunately decided to part ways. Broken-hearted, Jeje's father also decided to leave them. Although he was still supporting Jeje and her siblings, they were now mainly left under the care of their aunt. Being a member of the choir of both the Cebu Cathedral and the Basilica del Santo Niño churches, Jeje would spend countless hours in both churches to pray for the return of their mother. One December, her prayer was answered as her mom tearfully reunited into the loving arms of her children. Despite her return, though, Orlando was unforgiving. This led Fe and the children to take refuge and leave for their hometown in Madridejos, Alegria. Life was tough in Madridejos, as Jeje's father would not send them money as support anymore. It is the price they had to pay for leaving their aunt's house and choosing to go with their mother. It was so tough that there were days wherein they did not have anything to eat. Jeje, in order for her and her family to survive, had to resort to selling ice candy, rice cakes, peanuts, and more. Jeje recounts the hard life she had in Madridejos, Alegria, and mentions going in the St. Joseph the Worker parish and not having money to drop in the collection bag and praying, "Lord, I don't have anything to give now, but if you bless me, I will build a church." Despite all the hardships, Jeje persisted and graduated at the Madridejos National High School. Her troubles wouldn't stop there though, as she was being blamed by her family for their poverty. Wanting to escape her family's ire and in search for a better path, she entered the convent, the Sisters of the Divine Mercy. It did not take long, though, for her to realize that this was not her calling. Mother Superior Josefina Lebrando urged her instead to explore the world, try to study, to take the exam at the University of San Jose Recoletos, and if she passes, that means God has another plan. So she took the exam and passed. Dedicated and studious, Jeje would finish college with a degree in B.S. Commerce major in banking and finance at the University of San Jose Recoletos. But she was unable to relish her success for long, as she got very sick. She had nasal polyps, was hospitalized, couldn't walk, and needed surgery. The young Jeje Coca felt like she was going to die soon. In order to survive, she needed an operation. Jeje was helpless, as she did not have money to pay for the operation. Mercifully, her father learned about her condition and paid for the operation and medicines. After college, Jeje tried looking for a job but couldn't find one. To survive, she sold cosmetics and other items. Providentially, her life would take an unexpected turn. She was praying for a man who would love her and her family unconditionally. This was the time Jeje met James Barnes, a God-fearing, kind, thoughtful, and generous businessman on an online dating site called International Love and Marriage. Auspiciously, James was also praying for a modest and conservative woman. Before long, the two hooked up and got married. I always say never question God. In prayer, there is power, and He makes things beautiful in His time. Jeje then proceeds to talk about James as a gift from God, his qualities, her wedding being the happiest moment of her life, and how James changed her life forever. James would then take Jeje to the U.S., where their love would blossom and their business thrive. Jeje would give birth to her one and only daughter, Precious Princess Doris Faye. Jeje followed up her studies at the Houston Community College with a degree in banking and finance, where she graduated magna cum laude. Their business in the U.S. continued to flourish and allowed the couple to help a lot of people back home. In the midst of success, she remembers her promise to God, "I will build a church if you will bless me." Jeje, together with James, decided to go back to the Philippines, where she showed him the Paris she used to go to, the St. Joseph the Worker Parish. She convinced James to help build a church to guide the people and keep them safe. The church was in a dilapidated state. After several attempts to fund and fix it, the Barnes decided to hire an engineer who recommended to just build a new one. Jeje and James poured in a total of 21 million pesos alone to build a new church from scratch, and another 7 million pesos in funding in other religious sites. Everything was rosy for the Barnes family until that fateful day of January 4, 2017. James Barnes suffered a heart attack, leaving Jeje and her daughter Doris Faye behind. This was the saddest day in Jeje's life. The man she loved so dearly left her so early at the age of 65. Despite this and countless adversities, Jeje remains undeterred and continues to work hard and be grateful to God for her blessings. She knows that despite life's various challenges, she is still blessed to be a blessing. To this day, Jeje continues to help her fellow Filipinos in her hometown in Madre Deos, Alegria, Cebu, and remembers the words of her dearly departed husband. Jeje, your faith in God saved you and your family from poverty. There will always be storms in life, but no problem is bigger than our God. So don't lose hope, have faith, and believe, for He is our refuge and deliverer.
Alisud kabahin sa imong panaw, mga yamiid sa tanlag mo ni kutaw. Gikan sa kalisud ni bangon ikaw, aron kalibutan kanimo mahugyaw. Hinatag aron muhatag sa nanginahanglan,